Hello everyone. Hopefully this video will be less than 41 minutes long this week because I will not be talking about Rage. As ever, I have with me my faithful companion Izzard. Say
Hello.
hi, Izzard.
Hello.
So this week it's going to be a few things. So partly I'll be talking about the new game mode that I have been working on for the last few days. I will also be talking about the what are we talking about? I don't even know. Also, kind of some of the plans for the future. So I'll try and do both at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll take you through the RPG mode. So it's probably going to be called FPS mode. That's the current sort of best solution, which stands for Fight, Protect, Survive. Also, it's much like the first-person shooter. So first of all, I have, and this is very placeholder. So nothing you see here is final. We have the very, very, very placeholder heads-up display. The bottom left, you've got the shield and the health. In the middle, you've got your experience bar. Bottom right shows your current energy. I know you can't really see it. Just above your energy is your current metal, and above that is your current item, as you can see. I'm afraid it's running terribly slow again this week. That seems to be my laptop. I'm not showing old age. So the basic idea of this game, I don't know what to describe it like. It's probably closest to total annihilation to anything else. So you'll run around and you'll get resources. You're punished, shall we say, for getting resources with the threat meter. So very fractionally similar to the GTA. You get more stars the more fighting you do. It's kind of similar to that. So the idea here is, as you start fighting, you get told off for fighting, basically, and this lets the player sort of balance out what's going on. So if I blow up a few of these.
Okay, so I got my first question.
Yeah.
So the example that you cite there makes sense because there's an analogy there. It's like you're being naughty, you're sort of shooting rockets at citizens. It makes sense for there to be an increased threat of being arrested by the police.
Yeah.
So what's the
basic idea here is that the harvesters are protected by the wasps. They're a semi-identity. As you start pissing off the wasps, they have protectors, and they have protectors. Probably I'm just going to have to spawn a wasp because there's a whole bunch of harvesters here. Currently, harvesters get stuck down in pits quite a lot, as you can probably tell. I do apologise for the frame rate. I don't know why it's rubbish.
Because they've only got little legs, that's why.
That's fine, yeah. I kind of want to make them be able to get out of pits, but right now it's quite fun because you tend to. It's like looking for wood lice. They're always at the bottom of pits and things.
So you should let them climb up on top of each other. That's the answer to that.
Like little pyramids. So my threats, if I get my threat above 5, which doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do, so we'll come back to that one. So I can always cheat. So once you start collecting enough resources, you can start building. So you can see there, right now I have 60 metal, because I have 6 little blocks in the bottom right. And 60 metal is enough to build a solar panel. Oh, there's a wasp. The wasp will come and get me now. Great, so here comes a wasp. So now I've built a solar panel. The solar panel is now beginning to charge. So as you can see by the bar above it, which is now filling up very slowly. So a solar panel takes about 100 seconds. So these are the wasps. These are what come along if you start getting your threat too high. And they're probably going to kick my ass. And there seems to be a lot of them. That might be a bug. There's not supposed to be loads. So as you can see, they follow you around. So the idea is, if you're at low threat, they'll follow you around and they'll light up and they'll give you a bit of an eye, but they won't shoot at you. If you're at a high threat, they'll shoot at you. Again,
remind me of manhacks.
Yeah, I suppose they are a bit actually. Yes, they are a little bit. Kind of generic floaty mob. So as you shoot them, you generate even more threat. So kind of the best solution here would be to go away and hide if at all possible. As you can see, they light up the beam. So I got. Well, you can see the cool new death graphic as well.
That looks quite nice, even at the low frame rate I'm getting.
I'm slightly confused why there are so many. I'm probably gonna have to play it slightly properly. So I'm probably gonna have to actually gently kill these and keep my threat low. I don't have a cheat to reset my threat, but if you keep blasting them, as you kind of want to do, if you want to just blast them, that is not a good idea with regards to your threat. So you have to kind of play is a risk reward. Is it a good idea to blow them up? Or is it a better idea to just simply let them forget about you? I think it may have just crashed though. which is kind of good because that means when I come back in, it won't be I won't be getting my ass whooped by the wasps.
It's actually starting to look like a game.
I know.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So I'll very briefly. So I'm going to stop it there. As it just. Right. Apologies for that. So I can actually tell you what happened, which is related to the next thing. So what happened is the solar panels here, they fill up. As you can see, this one's nearly full. When they're full, they attempt to discharge. So what happens is they're like a small capacitor. Now, I can suck energy out of these, but it's really frustrating and annoying. It's very slow. So because the idea is that's an emergency gaining of energy. So in the bottom left, you can see I'm getting a very tiny amount of energy, which is immediately refueling my shields. So I'm now sucking energy up and refueling my shields very slowly, very frustrating. And you can see my energy is very slowly creeping up on the right.
And you're vulnerable whilst you're doing it.
Yes. But that's not the way you're supposed to do it. So the way you're supposed to do it, now I don't have that, so I'm going to have to cheat here. For those of you who are fans of TA, you will probably have spotted that cheat. So solar panels discharge to a capacitor. Wait, this is a placeholder model. I will show you one thing which is quite neat. So you can see the sun is setting there. So solar panels, of course, only work during the day. So they shut up during the night. They can't charge during the night. But the idea is at night you will be strapped for power. So you need to weigh up when you do things.
Nice.
And then as the sun comes up, ever so slowly the panels open. As you can see, they are supplied by placeholder incorporated solar panels. So all of these textures are placeholder, they're not final at all. So in about 30 seconds, that panel will fill up and it will discharge across here to the capacitor.
And does it charge up progressively quickly as the sun rises as well?
It doesn't currently, but it could do.
Yeah, it should, yeah.
Yeah, so midday you're most powerful, yeah. So what currently
should
happens,
ramp up at least, yeah.
Well, the bit that does work is if you stick the solar panel in the shade, it charges progressively less fast.
Cool.
So, okay, I need some more energy. Okay, so I'll build some more solar panels while I'm waiting. So those of you who like RTS games, this should all start seeming quite familiar and quite at home with this sort of thing. But the idea is you won't sit and watch, you'll leave your energy from. So this one's about to discharge, hopefully as long as the graphic works. Placeholder graphic, I've got some better ideas for it, there we go. So it's discharging across to the capacitor, which is now slightly full, and I can very quickly suck energy out of the capacitor. So the idea is that you only take energy from the solar panels in emergencies, and you take them from the capacitors as your general sort of play style. Sadly, I still don't have enough energy to actually build the thing I want to build, so I'm going to have to sit here and suck the energy out. But the idea is obviously, probably at this point, you will be under some sort of attack. You won't just get to fiddle around like I am here. Right, now this is very placeholder. So you also have the health station, which, as you can spot, has not been textured quite yet. Health station costs metal and energy. It's a little bit too fishy price. So that costs metal and energy to heal you. So the idea is that shields are very, very easy to regenerate, whereas the health is tricky. So if you're on low health, it can be quite a nightmare for you. Whereas you're on low shields, that should be easy to fix. Again, unless you're going to start building stuff everywhere, going out on a hunting party adds a lot of risk and reward into what's going on. And that's kind of it right now. So currently you can fight stuff. The more stuff you fight, the more stuff spawns. You can then start building up your base. Also on the list are some sort of gun turrets. We also want friendly mobs, currently tentatively called cows. So the idea is that you'll have these friendly cows which will give resources if they're looked after. You will also need to defend them, because the enemy will have something that comes along and steals the cows. So you've got a bit of a Farmville thing going on there.
Okay, so that's very nice. I've got a suggestion for the HUD. Let me just make sure I've understood this. Red is your health.
Yes.
Blue underneath that is your shield.
Yes.
And the main bar in the middle is your energy.
XP.
Okay, yeah, XP.
The idea is that if you don't, if your health is at full, that bit will disappear. So only show bits of the HUD you care about. So it will just fade out.
So my preference for having health and shield on a HUD is where the shield indicator actually goes around the health indicator, and so it doesn't look like health and
Yes.
mana. Looks like you've got a mana otherwise, doesn't it?
Yes, so you're saying
Marker.
that the because then it looks like the shield is actually protecting
Well, is it the
the
case that
health.
when the shield is depleted, your health is knocked down more quickly by being
No,
attacked?
it's not Doom style. It's
Okay.
Borderlands style. So as long as your shield is up, your health will not take damage. When your shield goes
Yeah.
down, then your health takes damage.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. In which case, definitely, I think the HUD should have a sort of a ring style shield that goes around the health.
Yeah,
So
that's
so the actual meter itself is then looks unprotected.
yeah, that's quite easy to arrange. So
Cool.
so yeah, so this will attack you until your threat drops. Currently, they're very persistent. They'll just follow you for ages. It's quite if I can spawn loads and then leg it. So the video that I put up earlier about the wasps was before they attack you. And as you can see, if you overdo it, if you piss off stuff quickly, it will quite quickly destroy you. So you've got to be careful. If you just go gun-toting in, you are going to end up in trouble. Oh dear. As you can see. So important to point out, this was only finished today. It's only been in progress five days, something like that. So nothing is balanced, nothing is working. Almost all of the graphics are placeholder.
That death effect, right? That's not just rotating a frame, is it? That's rotating the whole world. Yeah.
That's rotating the resolve buffer and then printing it. So it's still animated. So stuff was
Still the live world. Okay. So could you change the pivot point to be your feet rather than the center of the screen?
I could do, yeah, because I just sort of tilt the player.
That'd be awesome. Then it's like you're falling over dead instead of just tilting, cocking your head like a confused dog.
Yeah. So right now the weapons are very, very, very easy to use. So even so, it's fairly difficult to actually start shooting stuff down. And currently they're quite good. Like they're really quite good at shooting you. Hopefully I'll be able now I'm taking damage. Hopefully I haven't spawned too much. I can run up to the capacitor. I can fill up my shield. So I fill up my energy, and then my energy will deplete to fill up my shield, and then I can go and spend some metal on the health thing, so then I got my health back. So the idea is to expand this, to grow it, to add turrets in, to add more building types, more enemy types, and just to give you a game to play. It's all networkable. It should work with more players. More players, the better. Unfortunately, of course, the strength of FortressCraft is in the different war landscapes. So the game will, in some way, reward you. So we've got the farms. So already you will be able to farm mobs. So you pen them in, they'll give you resources as long as you look after them. We're also going to be spawning crystals under the ground, so you can actually go underground, look for crystals, and there'll be some sort of mob under the ground. I haven't quite decided what it's going to be. Probably some sort of crystalline spider thingy is the current plan. So if you go under the ground, you will find resources and mobs, but it will be dangerous. But there'll be good resources under there. And that's currently it. That's so it's been quite interesting because the engines cope with it beautifully. I mean, everything's been dead easy and really quick. So we're just going to sort of fiddle around with this and balance it up. So this will probably be not much more complicated in the next version, and then I'll start getting feedback from people about what they think, and kind of see how it goes from there. And as I said, it's almost like a real game now.
Yeah. Don't want to do too much balancing early on because, well, I don't know. I mean, you experience this sort of stuff. Is it best to keep iterating, balancing?
It's best to keep it somewhat balanced.
Right. Okay.
All
Yeah.
the time, because I mean, we don't have the secondary fire on the gun, which fires shuriken. Shuriken
Could
use a one
change
metal,
everything.
but are a one-shot kill. So if you're out of energy, you can pretty much always. Got me busy. So if you've got some metal, you can always sort of take them out.
Yeah.
Sadly, this is the interesting news. I have to put RPG mode on hold for about 2 weeks. So next week I will be starting to work on the PC port of Steam Heroes, and I'm porting it to the OnLive system, which is the new cloud-based streaming system. And the reason I'm doing that, because immediately everybody will say to me, no, do FortressCraft first. FortressCraft is a massive, massive, massive game. And I can't just simply go, it is ported, I have done it. It'll be a lot of work. And I've never done the online system before. So what I'll be doing is Steam Heroes is my simplest game of networking. So I'll be porting Steam Heroes to the online system and in City. And that will give me some experience. And I'll learn about their interface, their achievements, their SDK, and all that stuff. And then we will, the next thing then will be to port Sky Kids, which is a more complicated real-time networking game. And then we'll be porting FortressCraft onto the PC. So I would hazard a guess that the PC port proper of FortressCraft will start in about a month.
Oh, it's not that long.
It's not that long, no. But it does mean that RPG... So my sort of penciled in date. So next week is Steam Heroes work. And getting the car serviced, which is actually a bit of a pain because I have to go down south to get the car serviced. So I've got 3 days of travelling and waiting for my car.
Well, that's your fault for having a silly car.
It is my fault for having a silly car, sadly. So next week is Steam Heroes. Week after is Sky Kids work, which hopefully I'll be able to show you, and it's looking very cool now. And then the week after that, I'll be back to this game. Hopefully I'll have had a bit of a break, bit of a refresh. And then I need to fix the TNT networking issues that people found in the last peer review. I want to try and fix a few networking issues. I want to get the new lighting system in. And then this patch will be out. So the patch will probably not contain much more than you've got here. It'll all look better. The HUD is all placeholder crap drawn by me. And then we'll sort of see how it goes from there. So yeah, I'm very excited about Guns Online. I sound ever so excited, but I really am because
I'm excited about it.
For all
I think online's great.
Yeah, well, for all of the arguments about I like to own my games, because someone said I like to own my games recently to me, and I was like, well, the last game I bought physically for the PC was Spore, and that was the first game I bought in a long time physically. And everything else has been Steam. It's like I don't know why I'd ever want to buy a physical copy of the game.
It's just the gaming equivalent of people who used to say, well, I don't like downloading music, I like to have the album sleeve and look through the illustrated insert,
Yeah, but to be honest, if nothing else, my argument for it is very simple. And honestly, my opinion is if you're going on about I want a physically owned game, you're an incredibly selfish person who really needs to think about the impact on the planet. I was thinking about this. In my career, I have shipped 50 million games. 50 million. That's probably around 50 million. Can you imagine how much plastic, energy, metal my personal career has wasted on that? How much of the Earth's resources has been literally wasted on the PS2 game of the time? And it's kind of rubbish that we ever wasted our resources like that, because it's they're very finite, and the quicker we all move across to digital downloads, the better. So if you want to argue that it's I really want to own my own plastic copy, that's great, but don't recycle whatever you do, because all those console games you own, or are still encouraging to be made, adds up. Plus you've got to transport the game to the shop, or all of this stuff. It's just very outdated stuff we don't need to do anymore. And Steam's not going away. Hopefully Steam will start being a bit cheaper soon, because it's a bit expensive.
Yeah, well, hopefully online's not going anywhere either, and they'll be competing quite a lot on price.
AT&T and Warner Brothers are sponsoring OnLive, so they've got some pretty big partners there. So I don't think there's going to be much in the way of issues with a bit of luck.
I like OnLive because it's like the ultimate example of someone being told that something was impossible and doing it anyway.
I like it because it's just like window shopping. I just go on and just look through it going, ooh, cool. Oh, cool, that looks cool. Like I said, I got Orcs Must Die, and I looked, and I just sat there watching loads of people playing Orcs Must Die, before I decided to even try, and I was like, it's brilliant. It really hammers home how rubbish a demo is when you can just watch 50 people play it. And I don't just mean, you find a YouTube video. You literally watch someone playing it going, rubbish. Watch this guy, you're rubbish. This guy's good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not...
I think they got it right first time.
So FortressCraft is penciled in for OnLive, along with a couple of my previous games. if Steam get back to me, so I have been talking with Steam, but Steam are notorious for just being very bad at responding to emails. So I'm currently awaiting a reply from the Steam guys, because they're very interested in getting it on there as well, and that would obviously be very good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I wonder how long we've been doing this. Probably ages.
7 hours. I'm not very good at guessing time.
Okay, I would assume 25 minutes. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless you got anything exciting you want to say, or
No.
no, do you not have a joke?
It's probably one I've used before.
I've got a good joke if you don't. So you do your one.
Go on, you do yours.
Okay. So 2 chemistry majors walk into a bar, and the first one goes, "I'll have H2O," and the second man goes, "That sounds nice. I'll have H2O too." The second man died.
It's very niche.
Yeah, if you don't get that, trust me, that's really funny. That's really funny. I don't even know what dihydrodioxide is. I have no idea. I don't even know if you make it.
It's probably very unstable. Probably explodes if you look at it.
What, like an Enderman?
Yeah.
Or an angel. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully next week I will show you. Steam Heroes running on the OnLive platform with achievements. For those of you who were paying attention to my Twitter and wondered why I was asking for what you would like to see in FortressCraft achievements, that is why. OnLive has some really amazing features with achievements. For instance, when you get an achievement, it records a video clip, so you can look at your friends list, look at their achievements, and then look at them getting the achievement, which I think is a brilliant idea. So hopefully we'll get some visually impressive achievements.
So a German guy goes into a library and he asks, "Can I please borrow a book on world wars?" And the librarian says, "Nope, you lost the last 2.
Thankfully, this game is not out in... Actually, it is out in Germany, isn't it? Oh, well. Do you not know any joke about Irish people?
I love Germans.
Dutch people? Or none of these people can watch this.
No? Do you know any racist jokes?
Jim Davidson. Thank you for listening, guys. Rate, subscribe, and comment. And just one last thing, because I know none of the Minecraft fanboys. I'd love to know if anyone can explain to me how YouTube works. I'd love to. I would love to know why people come onto my YouTube and just hit dislike on videos that aren't even slightly anything other than wonderfully new and exciting.
Well, because they probably get an email telling them that you posted a video, like I did. I got an email earlier saying you posted a video, and I loaded it up, and there was you saying, "This is a Twitter exclusive." Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, I got more dislikes than likes on that for ages, and I'm like, I don't understand. This video is about giant robot wasps flying around and firing lasers at you. Where's the dislike bit coming from? Yeah, if you dislike it, at least tell me why you dislike it.
Don't worry about the haters.
No. Haters gonna hate, as I believe they say in America. Thank you very much, guys. So I hope to see you next week. I'm sure I'll have something exciting new to show you. Bye-bye.